In this video, we will be discussing the difference between weather and climate. Weather describes the condition of the air outdoors using things like temperature, wind speed, and rainfall. Let's take a quick look at this picture. You notice the low pressure, the dip down here. Low pressure is going to bring cool air and water, or precipitation, so wet, rain, sleet, hail, or snow. We just had a low pressure system come through and we got a bunch of snow, which is odd for Texas, but we got it. A high pressure system will bring warm and dry air. So these are going to be our hotter temperatures, so it's more likely to be sunny. Condensation, we talked a little bit about it with the water cycle. This is the cooling off of water in the atmosphere. This is changing from a gas to a liquid. Remember that this water at this point, once it's a gas, is called water vapor. So we're going from water vapor to water. Gas to liquid. Precipitation is when water droplets fall from the atmosphere. They have to be falling to be precipitation. I think that confused a couple people when we talked about the water cycle. So they can fall in the form of rain, sleet, hail, or snow. Humidity just means the amount of water vapor in the air, so the amount of moisture in the air. Let's talk about weather symbols. This H, like you saw up here, stands for high pressure. And like we said earlier, this is going to bring hot and dry air. If you see an L, like in low pressure, we're going to get cool and wet air. Cold front, think of these like icicles falling down. For warm front, you can think of these as kind of mini little suns. And then just some other symbols that you might see when looking at the weather. We have thunderstorms, cloudy, sunny, partly cloudy, rainy or rain, and snow. Okay, that was all about weather. Now we're going to talk about climate. Climate's a little bit different. It is the average or typical condition of a region year after year, or at least for that season. You'll notice a calendar here. This is telling you from January to April. It's pretty sunny in whatever this place is. We don't have a specific place. But in May, it tends to be more rainy. And then it becomes sunny again in June and July. We start getting thunderstorms in August usually. We get sunny again, September, October, November. And then in December, it tends to be cloudy. This is the average climate for a place. You don't see any high pressure or low pressure. You typically don't see any temperatures, but it will tell you about what the weather should look like if you're in that month. So the average weather is sunny in this place because we have more sun than we do anything else. To determine climate over time, you look at the precipitation and you look at the temperature. So you look at how cold or hot it is, and you look at how much it rains, sleets, snows, or hails. Things that can affect the climate of a region. The shape of the land. So are there mountains? Are there hills? Is there a lake nearby? This is how high something is. So I'm just going to draw an arrow. You know what? Let's change this to height. How close a place is to the equator. Now, we haven't talked about the equator yet, but the equator is an imaginary line that runs through the middle of the Earth. At that equator, it is extremely hot. So, if you're close to the equator, you're going to have hot, hot, hot weather. And the further you are away, the cooler your temperatures get. How much gas or gases are in the atmosphere? So once again, how much moisture is in your atmosphere? We look at the wind, we look at ocean currents, which we'll talk about later on. We look at how close to the water you are. And all these things help us to determine the climate for your region. Once again, weather is the condition of the air outdoors right then and there. It has to be only days at the most. Weather is talking about days. Climate is talking about, climate is going to be talking about your months, your years, your seasons. When you are done, make sure you get this glued into your journal.